Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have you live at a charge for a little Wednesday night racing pre-holiday season. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. I was trying to go live on Twitch as well, but this new plugin is pretty much giving me the old runaround and not allowing me to connect to Twitch right now. So apologize to our Twitch followers. We're going to make sure that we get all this figured out, and we're going to make sure that it's working. Because we like to be live on all three. But Facebook is working. So, well, currently it's working, so we'll make sure that we keep it. But we're live on YouTube as well. So, if we have to, we'll post the VOD as a live stream. We'll upload it so that way it's at least there. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to see it. Everybody has a chance to get out there and have it. We're going to be live here for the Countdown to Green. It is presented by Lunatic Designs. Kigo Lunatic giving you all the action out there. This is the WBD Diecast Truck Series here on iRacing. Race information for today's race is going to be week 4 at Autoclub or Fontana, however you want to look at it. It is a track. It's getting ready to go through some changes, and it's a track that I like very much. And I don't want to see it change. 5 lanes of racing, 6 wide sometimes. It is a big, fast 2-miler here for the Sim 500 racing leagues. If you want to be a part of them, go to sim500.com. I do believe the Truck Series is full. If the Truck Series is full, don't worry. Whenever they start to recruit again, they'll be able to take care of you, and they'll have some fun with it. It's going to be a ton of fun. 108 degrees on the track temperature today. 80 laps for this race. No fast repair. 360 tires. Two attempts of green, white checker. The weather right now at 82 degrees Fahrenheit has a good sunshine. It's partly cloudy, but the sun is shining on this racetrack. 5-mile-an-hour wind, 32% humidity, low humidity. It's going to be a very slick racetrack, I think, and the track temperature is going to showcase some of that, and we're going to see all the speeds that this series is ready to run, and it's going to be interesting. It really is. Starting grid presented by Sim 500 and all the fine folks over there. It's going to look as such. Let me get rid of some things here. There we go. We're bouncing back and forth. Week 4 at Auto Club. Chad Coleman's going to be your pole sitter tonight, as Nelson Rivera will start outside of that row. We're going to have Tommy Ryan, Perrin Huggins are going to be the row number 2. Mark Jorgensen Jr., E.J. O'Rourke are going to be the row number 3. Row 4, Cody B. Johnson back in the mix with Tyler Dalton to his outside of zone 15, number 19. It is Scott Simley, Justin Fuller in row number 5. Doy Woods, Dakota Long going to make it row number 6. Row 7 will be Randy Yoakum, Sean Macklin, and I tell you what, Sean is hooked up too. I mean, we look at that, almost a virtual tie for the 13th, 14th, and 15th. J.P. Phillips in that number 20 is going to start inside row number 8 with Glenn Campbell to the outside. Joe Hudson, Wesley Donaldson are going to be up row number 9. Eric Arnold, Barry Stevens, row 10. Robert Fryer, he's going to have Marsky out there in row 11. Seth Foudy, who's on our beef jerky and a little drive mechanics, going to be there with Brent Scott to his outside. Row 13 will be Joey Gatna and Rick Kennedy. Roger Strickland, Jeff Ryan, row 14. Row 15, Gabriel Sanchez. Karlavich is going to be out there as well. Wetzel, England, Sigmund, Brian Workman's going to be out there through row 17. Mark Schrader, Brandon Griffiths there in row 18. Row 19, Gerald Livingston and Gary Wright. As we get ready to go, it is going to be the best and fastest race that you're going to see on a Wednesday night here on iRacing, your platform for sim racing. Pitter patter, let's get at her. We're going, we're green. Driver's going to fan out real quick here, and that's something you're going to see. It's going to happen very, very, very quickly. And we're going to see who's going to be able to move up the racetrack. Multiple groups of racing. You're seeing it 2, 3, 4, 5 wide back here. 38 drivers in today's race. Kevin Anglin coming off pit road. It's going to start from the pits. The 127 getting up and running. Nelson Rivera down on the bottom. There's Perrin Huggins up on the high side, or on the bottom side. There's E.J. O'Rourke rolling as these drivers go to work. Good to see everybody out there. I want to see your chats. I want to make sure everybody's good to go, and we'd love to see what you folks have going on. Much love to you and appreciate everything that you have going on. Thank you for being a part of our platform. Thank you to our new followers, Cinnamon Toast Craig out there on Twitch. Thank you to Brent Kirby for subscribing on our YouTube channel. Wesley, thank you for sharing the stream. Robert Van Ness, thank you for the likes out there as well. Hopefully the quality is going to settle in. I am streaming at 1440p on YouTube, which is transferring over to Facebook, which is the way this has had to work. Nelson Rivera to the bottom side. He was in the bottom side of the racetrack here. And so if Facebook seems like it's having an encoding issue, well, it's on Facebook. Marski is going to be up 6. We'll work on it. Coleman, fastest lap of the race so far through lap number 3, 41.51. These drivers going to run somewhere around that 35 to 38 laps when it comes to the fuel mileage here. So a couple of green flag pit stops. Can they make it to 40? That's going to be the big kicker here. As O'Rourke leads, he takes over from Nelson Rivera. Caution will come out, and that'll change a few things when it comes to what we see. Brent Scott having an issue. We'll take a look as the 1400 I-rated driver has the 60 right there with him. Whoa, baby. Early caution here for the Sim 500. Oh, baby. Hold on to your butt. That's exactly what happened there. Hopefully they're good. Oh, everybody getting loosey-goosey up there. Let's see what happened. Back it all up. Back it up. All right. They're 4 wide. There's Seth Foudy in the middle of all that. There's the 20 of the 60 down there as well. Here's what happened. 33 way up the wall here. Oh, Seth gets into him a little bit there. A great save. Ooh, some drivers there to avoid. Drivers trying to save the truck, so that just gets into the back of him. Not that big of a deal. A lot can be said for, being able to save some things. So Seth not meaning to do so. Seth Foudy is our beef jerky and a little bit of driver cam today. And beef jerky is the best beef jerky in the world, and we absolutely love our beef jerky. There is no question about it. And the best in the business is, of course, our friends from way up in that Michigan area. We are thrilled to have them on board. A couple of drivers coming to pit road. Now, some of the things that you're going to see of these drivers coming to pit road, they're going to challenge themselves to maybe check their damage, maybe check some fuel. Some of the drivers are going to check some fuel early. They do have a couple of extra sets. They really only need to have one extra set, but for the most part, we're going to see how this is going to fan out. They get strung out. It's going to be good to see what they can and can't do when it comes to all of that. So good to see Seth Foudy out there. Thank you to Seth for running the Beef Jerky Unlimited driver cam. It is absolutely legendary of him to be up there, and hopefully that's going to look fine. Now, looks a little awkward. We're going to move it over there. There it is. Beef Jerky Unlimited. Bam. That's how we're going to try to do things moving forward there, folks. So thank you to BJU for being a part of what we have, and can't thank him enough for being on board. There's Seth running 20th in the number 11 truck. We moved everything up high so that way we can get back to it. Thank you to iRacing for being your platform for sim racing, as well as thank you to WBD Diecast, nc811.org. Caution comes out here right now. It is never a better time that if you have to get out there and you have to do something when it comes to, putting in a fence post, or maybe you're laying a foundation, or maybe, just maybe, you have a sprinkler system you want to install. The best thing you could do, no matter where you're at in the U.S., is dial 811 on your mobile device and call before you dig. Save yourself the hassle. Save some of the extras that can happen, and make sure that you folks know that it can be a shame. Something can happen. So we appreciate it. We appreciate all the drivers. We appreciate everybody being out there watching, of course. And thank you to Budgie reached out to me as well. She was like, "Are you not going live on Twitch?" And well, I'll tell you that sometimes we get to have those issues. I want to make sure that I give my love and appreciation to what Budgie does. She helps us out quite a bit, and to not be live on Twitch is kind of crazy, especially for her. Twitch has been the one platform that we've been able to be live on since the beginning, including, Facebook's been number 2, and YouTube once once I started figuring out the multi-streaming and whether or not I wanted to do it, YouTube's been very good to us. We are partnered on YouTube, and we appreciate YouTube being a platform for these, for a lot of content creators to get out there and give themselves an opportunity to, one, call races, or two, be a part of what, be a part of just the community of sim racing. There's many simulators out there, but there's nothing like iRacing, and it's kind of insane. So much love to everybody. It is week 4 again. 80 laps is what they're going to run. We've ran through 6 now. Restart zone coming up. And lap 7 underway. Rourke gets the green flag. England to pit road. We'll be back in here. We'll see what's going on with the 127. Mr. John, thank you very much for the like. I appreciate you. Much love to you. And if I miss any chats out there on Facebook, it's because I don't have the chat integrated as well as I thought. So if I miss something, I do once again apologize about missing anything on Facebook. I've got to get it. It'll show up on stream, but it will not show up on my display because I don't have it integrated right now. Perrin Huggins going to the lead. O'Rourke going to the bottom side. 2 5,000 plus I-rated drivers side by side racing here as they come across for lap 8. As O'Rourke will try to clean up and clean out house. Tommy Ryan on the 99 off 1. Matt Coleman, your pole sitter, off 4s. The 38 goes back to work. Going on corner exit. Here's what it looks like. You just get so much momentum on this truck. Not much to be said for it. Out of the throttle, a little free. You hear the tires on these trucks, and that's it's an interesting take. And one of the things, if not that you need to do, is you got to be mindful of what you have going on. There's Scott Simley to the number 12 truck. Simley off 1 from the start of the race, still inside the top 10, running the high side in that TRD. Ooh, 99 gets a little free. Can he save it? Ooh, baby. Tommy Ryan, caution. Backwards on the racetrack. Second caution of the race. Gabriel Sanchez involved. Bobby Wetzel involved. Having to stop here. 65 of Gabriel Sanchez getting hooked up there. So is the 99. Randy Yoakum involved. Back-to-back cautions here with under 3 laps. Oh, that's the green flag. Let's go to the caution and see what happened there. Caution was a little delayed. Ooh, Bobby. I think Tommy had it saved. Let's take a look. They got into the corner. Big push from the 88 here. That's Mark Jorgensen Jr. Oh, 99 out of the throttle. 88 got into him and just locks the brakes up, saves it, and Bobby nowhere to go. 33 gets collected. Then Bobby, who's stopped on the racetrack, gets collected again. And that was by the 42. That's Rick Kennedy Jr. on board here. Somebody's upside down back here. Who is that? Randy Yoakum? It's back up. This was on the front straightaway. I think he got sent down a little bit. Yeah, a little oopsie daisy. Here's that next corner, Gabriel Sanchez. Far chase. Ooh, bump. There's the outside. Oh, the 96. In and out. And Gabriel Sanchez pulled the Tony Hawk Pro Skater move of the week. Sideways. Banking turns him back over. And you'll turn that truck back around. All right, drivers coming back to pit road. Points are going to matter here for everything. Perrin Huggins is going to be a race leader. EJ O'Rourke, as you see the cloud cover coming in just a little bit here on the back straightaway. We went from sunny skies to that partly cloudy sky tonight, and play a factor on this racetrack. We'll change the racetrack a couple of different ways. Again, no fast repair for any one of these drivers. Some of the drivers just try to do what they can. Kennedy back in. He'll get some more damage taken care of. The 65 of Gabriel Sanchez. Try to get some of that nose put back onto that truck. Tommy Ryan did get the nose put back on. Let's see how much damage he's going to take and be able to get back out there. Brent Scott in the 33, off 8 from the start of the race. Still trying to find that groove. Been involved in a couple of things here. Not to be that it is his fault. Just a couple of things happening out there. And thank you, drivers. Thank you to everybody out there. Again, little high-speed metrics going on. Hope everybody's having a good night. Again, thank you very much for all the support and everything that we have going on. Check on our mobile device here real quick. What's happening on the rest of the platforms. All right, going to be lights off on the pace car here. We appreciate everybody. Thank you to everybody who's watching out there, of course. Nick, you wish you were racing tonight? It's a good racetrack. You wish you were out there racing as well. It's a good racetrack. 38 drivers tonight. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. You're ready to go. Let's go back to it. We get ready to supersede some green flag racing here. Restart zone coming up. As they go back in it, green flag. And get back up into the gears here, coming around the corner. And that cloud cover's really showed up today. Aaron Huggins trying to put himself in a good situation. Up to block. A lot of drivers here. That's EJ O'Rourke, Nelson Rivera, and Dakota Long. Dakota Long in that second spot, up 10. Nelson Rivera was there in the back bumper of him. And I don't know if any, and so was EJ there. I don't know if they were just trying to block each other there, or if they were just trying to get clear, if they just got free. Could have been a little bit of all of the above. As the 41 gets to the back bumper to the 7. 7 into the wall. 41 goes around. That is the high line bump and run there. As now Dakota Long will have to go back to it. Take a look at what the drivers have going on. Joey Jatton is back here. He's in that Ford. We have a Toyota leading. This goes Toyota, Ford, Chevy. Mark Jorgensen Jr. in the Chevrolet. Number 88 involved a little bit earlier. Not Macklin, a Toyota behind. Dakota Long's going to be in a Chevy as well. There's Tyler Dalton to the outside. He's back in his familiar racing skin as they go 15 of 80. Again, they'll have to come to pit road for a green flag pit stop. A lot of drivers have come in, got some damage taken care of. Brandon Griffiths, one of those drivers in that 45. 15 spots, able to move forward. So we'll see how long the tires will last and how long he's going to be able to continue to move forward. Because if he took an extra set of tires here, somebody in the wall back here, it's going to be the 60. He's fine. Barry Stevens on the bottom side. Jason's got some momentum working in his favor as well. Mark Schrader just behind here, up 7 spots. JP Phillips maybe trying to take it easy here. We'll see. There's a 20. A little huck fishing on it. Perrin, Nelson. Comes Chad Coleman down to the bottom side. One down to take the lane away. You see how much air that took off the 38. That little bit of air that Perrin does, it's called aero blocking that you see. Changing lanes, being able to control the race line. A 2 mile length racetrack here for this race line. And they're out of the throttle, but they're getting up to about 198 miles an hour in the straightaways. So that's a big speeds. Right now, the dashboard looking just fine, 167, 170. And we'll see some of the drivers back here still trying to crest. Macklin getting into the corner, 184. We've seen 198 so far, 197, sorry, 197. 197.7, so as it would be 198 is what it showed just a moment ago on our SDK live timing. That front straightaway is huge. 88, 190, and 192. Don't count that 191. Don't count that 199. That's not at all how fast he was going. Aaron Huggins on the front straightaway. The front straightaway in this thing is big. It's a big D-shaped oval. We're seeing where the driver's going to be able to move. Battle for the lead just behind. You see the relative lap is not going to matter. It's going to be about the position here, the battle for the lead. Nelson Rivera, quarter second. As Perrin Huggins tries to utilize most of the racetrack here to get himself moving forward. Opportunity will knock for every one of these drivers if they can continue to give themselves enough momentum to make it work, to make it happen, to continue to press forward. That's the biggest thing. You got to press on. You got to press forward. Nelson Rivera, now your race leader. One's going to drop to the inside. Jorgensen's going to roll. Rivera will try to utilize the outside lane. Because right now, Rivera, 41.69, his fastest lap on 14, will drop down to the bottom side. The last couple of laps run to about the 42 flats. Very tough to get to the point. Now the 22, right behind Perrin. Jorgensen having an issue on the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to reassume the race line. Is going to be fine here. We'll have to see what happened in just a moment. Here's look like the 18 freed him up a little bit. The 41 and the 18 freed him up. Jorgensen running where he needs to. Boom, boom. Yep. He saves it though, so he'll be fine. He'll have to work his way back through the field. Chad Coleman on the move. Going to catch that one truck. Number one out front, Chad Coleman's going to be in second. We'll see if Chad will get to the quarter panel here and try to slow that Toyota down. 21 of 80 being completed. Nelson will be side by side here. 38 rolling. Joey Jatna back here, 14. The biggest mover of the race is Griffiths. He is up 19 to 45. Came in again, 39 seconds of damage repaired, plus maybe a little bit of fuel, maybe a new set of shoes. Maybe trying to run just a little bit longer. He will have to, if he can get a lead here or he can get himself up inside that top five, he's got to be starting to, you got to think that he's going to come to pit road with everybody else. Keep himself in that level playing field. Right now, Seth Foudy to the inside. Bethany 11 drops all the way down to the bottom side. Working. Momentum on his side. We're going to see what we can do here. Cockpit view on the board of this driver. Here's what he sees. Little wiggles out of that steering wheel. You see it. The bumps, doing everything he can. He drops into the corner, goes all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack, turns in, back into the throttle. And there they are. And thank you to WBD Diecast, part of the platform for the Sim 500. Wesley Donaldson does a pretty darn phenomenal job of driving, but also if you need a custom diecast made in one of your iRacing liveries or paints, he's going to be the guy that you're going to get a hold of. And you're going to go to sim500.com, and you're going to be able to follow some links directly to them. I want you to check out the Sim500 website because it's important. And there's also links in the description there on YouTube and Facebook if you want to get out there and check out these drivers. EJ O'Rourke, we'll see the 91 slide him here. A little wall tap for the 91, but that's the guy he is. Gage, what do you say? You've been busy? That's all right. You can be busy. Everybody's got a life. Aaron Huggins under some pressure here between Dakota Long into 38. Dakota, oop, somebody's going around. I heard it. Caution coming down here. Joe Hudson backing down. Does look like we saw Robert Fryery have an issue. He is backwards in the 77. We'll take a look and see what happened as he jumps to pit road. Oh, 44 is there to the outside. He is running him tight. It is Glenn Campbell. And we'll see this from Glenn Campbell's point of view of what he sees here. We're going to go quarter speed. Gage, welcome back, man. I hope you're having a good time. That's important, okay? Gets there. I don't know if he realizes how close he is. Still turning in. Robert Fryery right there. Yeah, he's turning into him. That's exactly what's going on. He's turning the corner. Robert's doing what he can. Robert's holding his line. And maybe more of a racing incident there, but still just unfortunate. That's a hard right hook. This is that right hook that you hear drivers talk about. And just look at the impact the 77's got. If he was in a motion rig, Robert would have got you a headache right now. There to the outside. Down. Yep. Right rear hooks. You see him in NASCAR, you don't want to see him at all. He'll jump to pit road. Man, oh man. Huggins is going to be a race leader. Do they come to pit road? Yep. Do they get tires? Yep. Do they still have to pit after this? Yep. All three yeses. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Sponsor Paddock, is he a lineman for the county? Who's that? All right. Hudson's going to be your race leader here. Came out 11, little fuel. So Joe Hudson, credit for a lap led. There's the 8 of Randy Yoakum. Might be looking to get a lap back. So is Tommy Ryan. To see, I think England is going to be your lucky dog here when it comes to laps. He'll come down pit road this time. Glenn Campbell, I don't know. He's running the trans service. I don't know what they do, folks. I wish I knew more about the drivers other than their iRacing stats. And again, first Wednesday night series that we're calling for them. Some of the drivers we know because we've called in other series and other races. I don't know if he is a lineman, but that is a good question. If he gets up into the top 3, that'll be a question that I ask. Thank you for asking, though. Ricky, thank you for the like, sir. Much love to you. I appreciate you. How are you doing, sir? How are you and the fam? How was Stryker and all those folks out there? When you were gone, your dad bought a 2023 Can-Am X3 RC. It's so fast. That's awesome. Little RCs go, and I tell you what, there's a couple of RC tracks that we've been able to connect with. There's one in Florida. It is called. Hold on. Now it's spacing me. I'll remember it. I promise I'll remember it. It's because it's a dirt RC track. You race little little modifieds, like RC modifieds, which is really stinking cool. S&S, we've been there. I don't live in Florida, but we've had a couple of people. Volusia County has an RC speedway as well. Oh, it's gonna Chiefland RC Raceway. That's what it is. See, I knew it was gonna come to me. I was even trying to look it up to see if I could make myself faster, but I just remembered. I had to think here in Missouri and the Chiefs, even though I'm not a Chiefs fan. All right. I know it's terrible. I was a Rams fan for the longest time. Back at it, we're green. 28 of 800 here. Not an RC car. It's rock crawler. Oh, you're good. Rock crawling's fun too. We can do that in Missouri. We did a lot of that in North Carolina when I was stationed out there, over by Asheville and the Appalachians. A lot of fun. Some in Colorado as well. Look at that, 3 and 4 wide back here. A good-looking racetrack to be able to do so. Lot of running. Aaron Huggins taking over the lead here. Dakota Long's going to be second at 10. Again, Chad Coleman back to third here. Off to, again, your pole sitter. Trying to do what he can. Joey Jatton is going to be up 16 now as he tries to progress forward the number 14 Sim 500 truck. Grand Service 19 for the Tyler Dalton fans out there. If you haven't watched Tyler race, he's a ton of fun. Jatna slides up. That is going to be EJ O'Rourke. Going to drop. Whoa, almost takes off the nose of Scott Sibley there. Was cleared by milliseconds. Seth Foudy in tow. You go to Arkansas, it's good out there? Yeah. Yeah, what parts of Arkansas do you go to? There's a lot of mud holes that are out there. A lot of people take their Jeeps out there and do what is it called, that mud run that they do. Fastest lap of the race, 41:31 for Cody Johnson. Paddock, thank you for the like, man. I appreciate you. Let me go back to your chat. Doing great, Ricky. Much love to you. I appreciate all the support out there, folks. Like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook. We usually go live on Twitch, but it's just not working. Someone have to figure that one out. About Tyler Dalton, he says, I'm not ready for that low line yet. I'm going to try to make some things happen as the 14 goes to work. O'Rourke off 9, ready to work forward. Damage from Justin Fuller getting fixed on that last circuit. We have 31 drivers on the lead lap. Brian Workman, the last driver. Brent Scott is in that 29 spot. He and Tommy Ryan are battling for the lucky dog position. Brent did get 1 minute 17 seconds fixed. Brian Workman is just off the pace, 74, right behind Rick Kennedy. Kennedy about 2.3 ahead. And Workman is got a little bit of room left to go. Here's the 9 of Bobby Wetzel just ahead of him. Bobby getting a lot taken care of on that car, sitting at 38th. Gabriel Sanchez in the 65 finished all of his repairs. He's going to run as best he can. Fryery in the 77, still working on it. Went ahead and jumped to pit road and started getting the repairs out there as long as he could. Huggins is going to be up front. Again, Aaron, once he took over the lead, has been able to utilize the track and run where everybody else hasn't been able to. Or is running where, I say that, let me take that back. Let me retract that statement. He is running where everybody else wants to run, and nobody's been able to get the extra speed out of this track and get what they need to do. Huggins, Long, Coleman's going to be your top 3. Macklin's going to be in 4th. Cody Johnson's going to be in 5th. Wesley Donaldson up 12 and 6. Nelson Rivera, your outside pole sitter, sitting at 7th right now. Tyler Dalton right where he started in 8th. Try to work forward. Jatna's going to be in 9th. Doy Woods, your top 10 through 32 laps complete, 33 underway. And I'm telling you, you're still going to see a lot of drivers try to save a lot here, but there's still a green flag pit stop that is still to be had. EJ O'Rourke is going to be working. I'm telling you, EJ had a good car early. Right now he's right behind Sibley. He's going to be working the outside lane. Outside to that 3rd spot. It's going to drop in. Good head of steam. Corner exit will go to the 41. And this is where you try to put yourself to the outside bumper of the 12 with a big run like this. You don't try to shortcut the inside. That's exactly what he's doing. 41 big outside. 12's going to try to drop into the corner. And we'll see just how much the EJ looks to the outside. As we'll look inside here. Big run again. 88 just ahead. There's that wall. Watch the wall, near the wall, and then closes back in. You see the 88 of Jorgensen just ahead. Mark at the 88 involved a little bit earlier in an altercation, but he was fine. And there's a look just overhead of what's going on. A little side draft from the 12. 12 trying to pull that air off of that left rear. And you'll see just how aggressive he has to get into the corner just to be able to be out of the throttle. Got to get back into the throttle right here. Dean, thank you for the like, sir. How are you doing, my friend? 41 out near the wall. And that'll be how it looks side-by-side racing. 12 slides behind the 41. Barron, Dakota Long, still 0.2 of a second difference here. Chad Coleman working the third lane. 18 of Sean Macklin up 10. Fiddler's Bend and Siloam Springs. So is that where they have the I'll have to think. Let me think on that before I ask you that question, because there's an event that I'm familiar with in Arkansas, and I can never remember the town, and I want to make sure that it's the right event. I may have to reach up and ask the missus. Well, good deal, man. Well, rock crawling's fun. I wish I could do more of it. Wish I could do more whitewater rafting as well. Aaron Huggins leading 36 of 80. Mark Schrader back here up 14. As Brandon Griffiths up 14 just behind him. Get a little stack up here. It's the 45. Had a fast truck earlier. Was on a different playing field. Might be a set of tires shorter than everybody else. 44 of Glenn Campbell. Campbell down to the bottom. We'll see if they're going to be able to run a little bit here. Once you get on older tires, the outside lane allows you to be back more to the gas. Now, if you save your tire for a little bit of that long haul, you might be able to get back into the corner and be able to make passes like that. That's where this becomes a whole different ball of wax. Facebook keeps telling me my stream rate to them is too heavy. I think the race looks fine. So Facebook, they can continue to watch the race. The race looks good. Thank you very much. Huggins, Long, Coleman's going to be your top three. Dakota Long, I think, is moved up the racetrack as Barron tries to clear some time here. Dakota Long has been running right behind that one truck. Chad Coleman, again, your pole sitter, still working on trying to get around these two. We'll see what the right front looks here from the Jim Beam on board cam. Just trying to manage. And now Dakota Long runs and backs up the corner, is trying to get Huggins into the corner a little bit tighter than what he wants him to be. The 7 truck doing a great job of managing. Watch the run he gets here. Going to close down that 2/10. He was on the back bumper, sent the 1 into the corner. The 1 needs to be able to turn into the corner when he wants to, not have the 7 on the back bumper, but the 7 will try to make that happen. He does what he can. Clear out, up high, down low. Drivers came on lap 25. That's when they came to pit road. So about 14 laps on this cycle after they've gone green. When they went back green, it was lap. Let me go back to my numbers and my notes. Lap 27. So they've had about a 12-lap green flag run so far. And the complete 40 this time. We'll be halfway this time by. We're going to throw this on exciting, see where the drivers are at. We'll throw it on dynamic as well. And as they do, you'll see the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. off 4, try to get back to 5 where he started. EJ O'Rourke started 6th, right behind them both off 4. Nelson Rivera just ahead. Started outside pole, try to work on that magic. The lines are there. Seth Foudy up 10. Don't blink. Yeah, that was a 41 on the outside. Big blink as Jatton is going to be right behind him. 11 tried to slide up where he could there. Not going to be able to make that happen. Toy Woods just ahead as the 12 of Sibley is going to be right behind. 11 drops to the bottom side of the racetrack. A lot of drivers trying to get around on EJ here again, who had that small blink there for just basically a couple of corners. Maybe trying to save a little bit here for that 41. Jatton is going to be behind. I'm telling you, somebody's sleeping on the old Strat here. Whoa, baby. That was 28 that was Doy Woods. Well, I've not seen blink. He looked like he got destroyed for half a second. Tell you what, good little simulator we have here. On board our driver camp. Appreciate, again, the fine folks who show up and run these cameras for us. We absolutely appreciate it. Again, beefjerkyunlimited.com. If you folks are out there and hungry for a snack, make sure you get out there and you find that opportunity to shop online. There is no promo code because it's affordable and it's the best thing. It's all made right here in the grand old US of A. Make sure that you go check out Beef Jerky Unlimited. Buy yourself a $55 box today. 11's going to try to sneak to the outside out of the throttle. Good line to be out of the throttle. 14 dumps the air on the 28. It's going to have a big run for the 11 here. And big momentum. All the way up to the wall. Going to hold and do what he can. Good little run right there for the old 11 machine. Up 11. With Foudy in 12th. Marski's going to be back here up 4. We'll go back to your main screen here. Thank you again to the drivers. Thank you to Sim 500. Thank you to, of course, everybody being out there, being the best mixed shoe shop on that truck. Chevrolet started today's race. First Chevy in the field is going to be Dakota Long in second. He's going to be still trying to work on Perrin Huggins here. We have the 65 just ahead. That is, of course, Gabriel Sanchez. Had a lot of damage earlier, involved in one of those wrecks and didn't like to be that way. Gabriel Sanchez will have a spot better than Bobby Wetzel who will be that next driver. And then a number 9 truck sitting in 37th spot. A lot to be said for the drivers. Again, Huggins in a Toyota. "13 Toyotas in today's field. He leads them all. Five Fords. Chad Coleman. First of those, 08, 6.5, 08 clears. Coleman, whoa. Oh, that's, sorry, I was going to say Gabriel's probably going to the bottom side here. He might be thinking about pit road. We'll see if he uses the access road here to continue to run. He might. Got to be up to speed. You got to be able to continue to have some good pace, and exactly what we're seeing. Bobby Wetzel to the bottom side. And now the 7 trying to hold on. Sean Macklin, Cody Johnson, Chad Coleman. Pretty tough to pass. 47 of 80. This race can be won and lost on pit road. And that's what you might see here. Little 4-pack battle here. We see the 3, the 20, J.P. Phillips and Jeff Ryan side by side. 78 of Barry Stevens and Mark Schrader just behind of the 83. Little 2x2 racing settling in. Just behind Brandon Griffiths, we'll see Gary Wright and Roger Strickland here. Well, Roger Trying to run that Moza 5.2 down on the bottom side of the racetrack. That's Doug Sigmund in the 04. The 8, Randy Yoakum still out there running as the VA811, the Virginia version of the 811. And choose any one of those, folks. I'm telling you, do what you got to do. RaceEPI.com, number 1, and Perrin Huggins, 0.3 of a second. Again, very tough to pass. Perrin able to take over the lead earlier and now try to back up the corner. Sean Macklin running that Toyota, try to be in the top 3. With Mavis Tire. Hudson coming to pit road. Speedco on it. I'm telling you. Opportunity. Thank you, everybody, for being out there watching and doing what you got to do. Thank you for being the coolest cats on the circuit. And I do believe our ads are running absolutely. No, they're running conservatively. Just wanted to make sure ads weren't running too heavily out there on iRacing. So, or on YouTube. It's like every time I look up there, it seems like there's an ad running. So I do apologize for if the ads are too frequent. Dakota Long's going to be in second. Again, that outside lane is where the tires kind of hold on. Perrin has been out front with a lot of clean air here. Dakota has not been trying to make that pass, but he is trying to get to the back bumper of the 1. And he is trying. Oh, Brent Scott having an issue. Up to pit road. See what happened here. Looks like he came to a stop. We'll see. 33. Looked like he twitched a little bit there. He gets off the racing surface. Yeah, he's just free. A little bit free down to the bottom. Yep. Right in front of the 99. I do believe he's going to go ahead and maybe call it a day. How about it? There's your top 2. Little bump draft special. 7 out of the gas. Dakota Long way up near the wall, running that Larson line that we like to call out so much at Autoclub. And just able to close back down the distance on the straightaway so profusely. And still 5/100ths of a second faster. EJ O'Rourke is the fastest driver on the racetrack right now when it comes to the pace. So the 41 has saved a lot of tire. Tyler Dalton, the 7th, up 1, 2 wide, now 3 wide underneath him. 19. We'll see Jorgensen and Wesley Donaldson in tow. Justin Fuller back to 10th where he started. There's the 2 of Scott Simley trying to work his way into that next round. Again, we talked about when they're going to be coming to pit road. You're going to see about 40 laps. I think that might have been the opportunity there. The 1, the 7, still within striking distance of each other. Macklin's going to be in 3rd. Going to be Johnson's going to be in 4th. Everybody doing themselves a good solid here. Give it on so, folks. Reach up, hit that like button for me because along with the sport what we do here and continue to press forward. I know we have a big weekend. Kids are in school. There's a lot of things happen. Johnson under pressure from Chad Coleman. Chad Coleman has been trying to clear that 08 for a hot minute. He is running faster than the race leaders and is trying to get himself in position. He's losing ground on the 1 or the 7. This time by Perrin Huggins still leading this lap. Again, the race line still being dictated by these 2. That big long straightaway here goes to the advantage of the 7. He's just running. He's out of the gas just a little bit, and he's just flirting with the wall. Dakota Long is trying to keep himself right up on that wall. Not trying to shortcut the racetrack. Trying to wear out the tires evenly, and that's what we're seeing. Jorgensen to pit road. Big run. Yeah, backs the throttle out. The 1 has to get all the way out of the gas, drive all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Long, just halfway on the throttle, will have a big run again. This is the cat and mouse game he's had. So we'll see if Dakota Long's going to be able to make that pass on pit road. Perrin dumps some air on him. The 1 all the way to the bottom. Dakota Long all the way out. Let's see if he is the biggest gap we've seen him get. As Perrin still utilizing the bottom side of the racetrack. I wonder if Dakota can turn into the race line as he gets to that corner. He just kind of solidifying what he's doing. Sean Macklin's in third, Cody Johnson in fourth, and Chad Coleman still trying to work on the 08. Coleman in that 38, that Ford trying to pull the air off the 08. If he can get to that quarter panel, he might be able to find a way to slide here. Jorgensen coming off pit road is going to have the tires to be able to drop into the corner. Be able to turn down just fine. Scott out of the race. See another driver's a couple of laps down. 88's going to just go. Dakota Long says, I'm coming to pit road. Aaron Huggins out front. 25 laps to go. NC 811. Call before you dig. Again, thank you to WBD Diecast for being a part of the Fall Truck Series here for the Sim 500 Racing Leagues. Big special thank you to all the people that help support Signature eSports and everything that we do. That is to include all of our good friends over Wanted Beef Jerky Unlimited, Mandarin Racing, Top Shop Racing Series, Dark Horizon Fishing. Of course, big special thank you to CNL Carpets. You're out there in North Carolina. You folks might see that. Aaron Huggins coming to pit road. Sean Macklin's going to stay out. He's going to lead a lap here. Get credit for that lap led. Cody Johnson's going to be there as well. O'Rourke Intel. We'll see the 88 just behind. Mark Jorgensen will cycle out here and try to get himself into a solid groove. A lot of drivers working their way around. 08 to the bottom side, 88 to the outside. Macklin, your race leader. Aaron Huggins finally hitting pit road. It's all the way to the tail end of this one. Jatna on pit road, Barry Stevens, Chad Coleman. Coleman just ahead again, your pole sitter. 24 to go. This will be all about finding that race line. 18, heavy brake into the braking zone, locks the tires up, almost gets it. Oh, a lot of drivers almost get it. I don't know if there were some black flags there, but quite possibly some that might have happened. Aurora came in up here. A lot of drivers coming in hot. Justin Fuller will be your race leader in that 5-1. Beth Foudy's going to be in second. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to kind of close in some of that distance. Doug Sigmund, 26. Rick Kennedy coming out as well. Dakota Long just ahead of Mark Jorgensen and company. So Dakota Long takes over the lead. Perrin Huggins going to be just behind. So Dakota Long able to get that clean air. These two came to pit road with a head of steam. Fuller coming to pit road. Beth Foudy in on pit road as well. Arlevich is going to be in that, he's going to be in the lead. JP Phillips right behind. So another point for laps led. It's going to matter. Brandon Griffiths, give it on 25, runs a little bit longer here. 22 to go. See if any one of these drivers maybe hope for somebody not getting up to temperature on their tires, maybe hoping for a caution. It'll bring things back together. But Dakota Long will make that pass. Rick Kennedy coming off pit road, or coming down to pit road, will give up a natural lap here. JP Phillips still out there. Dakota Long back to fifth. Fuller coming off pit road. Coleman coming off pit road. So the drivers came in on 55 and 56. Chose correctly. They saw Jorgensen coming to pit road, and they thought, well, a lap or two more, and that's what we're going to need to be. Chad Coleman just behind. So we'll see if this one kind of knocks people back down. Simley runs his fastest lap of the race this last time by. At 12 just ran a 41.39. Huggins just ran a 41.38. The track getting a little bit faster here. The 60. We'll have JP Phillips to the inside. 78 rolls around. JP going to lead a lap here. No much more happening on the racetrack than what's normal in this regard. 83 just in tow, trying to get himself back on the lead lap. There's Mark Schrader in 24th. Biggest mover of the race right now, Gary Wright up 12. Couple of drivers getting penalties on that one. 18 of Sean Macklin was one of the drivers. Tyler Dalton came to pit road, was fine. what I thought was fine, went ahead and he got a speeding penalty as well. Randy Yoakum came in at number 8. Last time he came in was lap 24, so that's just a natural lap. A couple of speeding penalties for some of the drivers. They came in hot and heavy, and I thought the 18 they were trying to close down the distance. They were trying to get on pit road a lot faster than maybe what they were ready for. Right now, JP leads over the 60 here. Jason doing a pretty stand-up job right now. Brandon Griffiths is going to be in third. Stigman 5 seconds back as the lap times start to kind of level out. 42.26 for Dakota Long, Perrin Huggins in tow. Chad Coleman to third. Got to close in 3 seconds between Dakota Long, and Perrin Huggins. Just behind Jorgensen. Jorgensen sees E.J. O'Rourke down there. There's the 19 of Tyler Dalton. This driver off the lead lap, according to what the cycle would be. Right now, Hudson unlapping himself as well. Goes back forward. Raiders, the last driver on the lead lap. Roger Strickland trying to unlap himself as well. A lot of things happening here. Brandon Griffiths coming to pit road. 45. Be one of those drivers that will cycle out maybe for the long haul here. We'll see if he can get some of that speed back. Be the 9 of Bobby Wetzel coming to pit road as well. Bobby wrapped up earlier at all those between lap 3 and lap 6 carnage. Those things happen. Racing happens, folks. It is fake cars, but real racing. That's when I saw that T-shirt, and I said immediately that that's what I wanted to. I wanted that T-shirt. That's for sure. Because Foudy cycles out to 17th. That's where he's been kind of lingering right now. Jeff Ryan's going to be just behind. Jeff is having a better race now than what he had earlier, and is up 10 spots moving forward. That's up 6. Going to work himself for the next 17 laps back to the front side of this racetrack. Nelson Rivera cycles out to 16th here, off again. Part of that early stuff that he kind of got cycled out of there. Now it's been just trying to save and savor what this racetrack can be. Jatna's up 11th and 14th. The 14 running 14th. We'll see Eric Arnold just behind. 31. Big full send, go on board, Eric Arnold. MB, thank you very much. I appreciate you out there. Says this is awesome. You guys call it a good race. It's enjoyable to watch. I hope it is. Big momentum. Doug Sigmund to pit road. So the 04 coming in for the final time. This is what the inside line is going to look like for Eric Arnold as the 14 goes side by side. There's the 28 just ahead. And it's Doy Woods in the 28. Pump for the 14 out of the throttle. You hear him feathering the throttle. It's just literally bump, 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 and then a little bit of right rear tire scrub. 28 to the back bumper of the 14. 14 just clear. You watch that from the onboard of the 31. 60 coming to pit road. AP Phillips on pit road. They ran it long. They wanted to see what they could do here. 99 coming to pit road as well. Dakota Long cycles to the lead. There's the 18. Going to get back on the lead lap. John Macklin there to battle again. The pit road speeding penalty is all on that driver, and now he's going to have to drive like a PO teenager. That's pretty much what it is. Go along, fill your race leader, 18, back to the outside. Can they run? Might look at this one. Mavis Tire, 18, might be able to try to pull Perrin around. We'll see what Dakota does here. Does he let the 18 go? Does Perrin work the race line? 7 all the way to the bottom side. The 18, I don't know if they're teammates. They might be teammates here. I mean, just because they're the same manufacturer doesn't mean they're teammates. This might actually be where the 18's running. It might actually be where the one needs him to be. to be able to try to make this pass or try to get back out front. So Dakota Long able to cycle forward at a good race in the 18. Going to do what he can. This is 7 runs clean. The 1 there as well. Sean Macklin, again, that pit road speeding penalty puts him in 28th. And he's trying to get back on the lead lap here. But what he's not doing, 7's a little bit nosed in on that corner. What he's not doing is he's not clearing up until that point. He wasn't clearing the 7, wasn't trying to get into the corner. So that's what Dakota Long needed to do earlier, is he needed to be able to try to clear the 1 that way. Not happening so far. Thank you, folks, for the likes out there. I appreciate you, as always. Seven, 1:38 of Chad Coleman. That little bit of help. He and the 5-1 of Justin Fuller, EJ O'Rourke right here. These 3 Toyotas be able to work to the bottom side. We'll see what happens here. As Chad Coleman will work at the outside lane. Keep it on. He kept it on 56. Fuller kept it on 58. There's a couple of lap fresher tires in the driver's head of a 1.9 second deficit. Trying to close that back in. We'll see if the 38 helps or hinders that back bumper right now. Cody B. Johnson, right where he started in the 08. Has some time to work on as well. Seth Foudy still back up 9 here. Or he's back up to 9th. He's up to 14th. He's up 9 spots. I can speak today. I promised. Oywood's just ahead. There's the 28, able to cycle his way forward. Had Jatna right there with him for a moment. Nelson Rivera in that 22 trying to roll back forward, back to that front. There's 11 laps to be able to do so. A couple of early cautions made this race interesting, and then all of a sudden it's been the Dakota Long, Perrin Huggins show for the top 2. Justin Fuller now in tow. It's 10 laps to be able to try to close this back down. 1.8 second deficit. Perrin Huggins, quarter second. 7 back up to the high side. Can Perrin use that clean air to be able to get a run? As the 7 drops to the inside. 65 there. 18. Again, this is where lap traffic makes it interesting. Whoa, baby. Wall scrape for the 1. Perrin Huggins is going to lose some ground there. A little bit of movement that happened right around him. Made that truck tight. That was a hard lick on that truck. We'll see if that slows him down any, if it's just all cosmetic. That's the big key. Is it cosmetic? There's Tyler Dalton, the old 19 machine. 500 doing a phenomenal job. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. If you tuned in for the first time, consider subscribing on YouTube, following us on Facebook, or following us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Signature Esports, YouTube.com/Signature Esports, and Signature Esports on the grand old Facebook. You can follow me on X at Real Sig Esports on X, and then, of course, you can follow us on TikTok, Signature Esports on TikTok, all one word. It is insane. So there is your race for the lead for these 2. And I think the big thing is, can Perrin Huggins turn into the corner when he needs to? Or is he going to try to bump and run the 7? This is a track you can do it. High speed bump and runs. But it's fun. About a 1.4 second deficit now between these 2. 18 backing the truck up just a little bit. Might be trying to run away from these drivers. Might be trying to get 1 or 2 more spots. We'll see if these 2 still continue to sway the outside lane. 19 drops below. That is Tyler Dalton again. Sean Macklin just ahead. Ryan Workman ahead of him. Randy Yoakum naturally a lap. There's the 8. Some nose damage still with that 8 truck, it looks like. Like that left front still has a little bit of a dimple in it. On board. I want to make sure I'm saying that I'm looking correctly. Looked like there was a little bit of damage there. I might be wrong. Yeah, he does. Left front damage right there. Yep. It happens. I thought my eyes were deceiving me for a moment. eNASCAR Series Racing. That's what I would like to call this oval stuff. I know that there's a lot to be said for the racing and the type of racing that we have seen throughout all of our years of calling broadcasts for iRacing and all the eSports events that we want to be a part of. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been able to show up and show out and give us the support that we've been able to. The support I think that these drive, not just to us here at Signature Esports, but the drivers. The drivers deserve all of the recognition, along with these leagues that go ahead and they throw these races together and they put these drivers in a competitive nature. The hardest thing to do is to be a driver and not be able to have a light shined on you. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a big fan of every one of these folks that get out here and race. But I'm going to tell you what, right now, Justin Fuller has got a little bit of a run happening here. He's closed down a full second with 5 laps to go for the leaders, Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins. Perrin Huggins right behind. Again, that right side damage for Perrin Huggins. I don't know if it's going to be able to make him turn or if he's going to be trying to get himself into the corner. He's going to be trying to be if he's going to try to get on the back bumper, he's going to try to make that pass. 18 still just ahead of these two. And right now, we're seeing Justin Fuller close in. E.J. O'Rourke and Wesley Donaldson. There's Chad Coleman. All 3 of these drivers with 4 laps to go. They've got a little battle happening here. 3 wide racing as they get into the corner. 38 all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Up to the 91 will be 2x2. And here comes the 04 just behind. 04. A little bit newer tire, a little bit newer of a truck. Just trying to race around these guys. As right now, the 41 trying to hold off. That's O'Rourke pushing in. Justin Fuller, 6/10 of a second, utilizing the race line. Trying to do a little bit more than what the drivers ahead of him are doing. Very tough to pass, but we're going to be 3 laps to go. The 18, he's going to have to make or break this race. We'll see how this works out as they continue to come around. We get down to it. That's exactly what we're ready. Ready to see what's happening here. Huggins to the bottom. 18 up to set the pick. 18 to the 1, side by side. Dakota Long trying to hold on. And we'll see. 2 to go at this time. 7 back to the inside. Able to run them tight. And run them into that second lane. And the 18 there. 7 slides, 1 crossover. This is like dirt racing here. Perrin Huggins back side by side. Dakota Long back into the corner. 1 all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack to break the draft. Here comes Justin Fuller in tow. Now Justin Fuller throws his hat in the mix. Justin Fuller to the bottom side. Dakota Long way up the race line. We knew the 18 was going to be a play here. But I'm going to tell you what, the 51, not done. How about it? White flag waves, final lap. We're going to see who's going to do this one. Who's going to do themselves some justice. 7, runs the quarter, 1 into the wall. Little wall tap for the 1. Dakota Long out of the corner. Crossover 18, 5-1 of Justin Fuller trying to go to the lead. All the way to the bottom side, Fuller, Dakota Long, 3 wide racing as the 18 drops into the corner. Oh no, they wreck. Perrin Huggins on the bottom side of the racetrack. Chad Coleman will come around. Can he catch him? He's not going to. Perrin Huggins avoids the catastrophe at the end. He's going to win this race. Chad Coleman's going to finish 2nd. E.J. O'Rourke 3rd. Justin Fuller caught the drivers. It's taken out. Dakota Long damaged on the bottom side of the racetrack. Man. He's going to lose a couple of more spots. We'll have to see how he finishes. Here's what happened. 1 drops down. I wondered if the 18 and the 1 were working together. 1 was trying to utilize a little, or break the draft, utilize a little air. 7 down to the bottom side. I thought that maybe Perrin got tight in the wall there. He didn't. Just a big, good slider right here. The 18 clears, crossover. And then, 1 bumps both drivers. Maybe a little net code that helped with that one. 7 into the 1. Trying to turn into the corner. Perrin Huggins down to the bottom side. Comes out of that. 7 was trying to turn to the corner. They were 3 wide. Justin Fuller had the truck to win this race right there on the bottom side. 18 out of the way. Again, right here, the 7. The 1 out of the corner. And you kind of just got to put yourself in that situation. I think a little wiggle out of the 7 here. Little wall wiggle right there. You see it happen right there. He hits the wall. Off the wall, into the 1. So just a wall tap that sends this and makes this happen. And the 5-1 gets turned around. Ends the race ends that catch up that the 1 was having. But Perrin Huggins will come around and win this race. Wow. Perrin Huggins, race results. You'll be your race winner. Chad Coleman, E.J. O'Rourke, it's going to be your top 3. Wesley Donaldson, Cody Johnson, your top 5. Eric Arnold, Scott Simley, Mark Jorgensen, Seth Foudy, Nelson Rivera, your top 10. Jatna's going to finish in 11th. Campbell Marsky is going to be there in 13th. Woods, Phillips, Schrader, Barry Stevens, Jeff Ryan, your top 18. Cycle back down. Top 20 goes to Hudson. Roger Strickland finishes in 25th. Last driver on the lead lap is going to be Brian Wortman. Sean Macklin will be a lap down to that number 18 as it is scored there. Then, first driver, 2 laps down is going to be Tommy Ryan, able to finish that one. Sanchez finishes 13 laps down. But in 35th, Bobby Wetzel, and then Scott Friery. All those drivers there. 38 drivers in today's race. That was it was interesting. Jacob out there. 18 is for blocking for the leaders at the end. You know, I mean, if the 18 was there to help the 1, if they're teammates, and then I kind of get it. I get teammate racing. It's tough to pass here. I knew he was going to become a factor at some point because he just wasn't pulling away. So therein lies that do you get out of the way or do you not? You know what I mean? So those are things that can become questionable. I mean, let's face it. But you know, his driver did win. If that is the case, we'll talk to him though. We're gonna ask Perrin what was going on with it. Of course, we'll make sure that we all know it. Perrin, congratulations on the victory here. A lot of contact toward the end. I know you guys were trying to race it out clean. 18, your teammate. We have to ask.
The 18 is not my teammate. Heck no.
Okay, so see, there you go, folks. So for a little bit there, it just looked like he was helping the situation. You know, he got around, tried to get back on get himself back on his own lead lap, and the way that he was racing was as if he was your teammate. It seemed like the pick was going in your favor toward the end. I know you have to ride and you have to time the passes, but I know that you saw Justin Fuller coming. Walk me through the end of the race, especially those last 2 laps.
Yeah, well, me and the 7 are teammates, and I was just staying behind him until 2 laps to go, and I made a move, and we ended up 3 wide on the backstretch there, and I'm not sure who moved and caused that wreck. I haven't watched it back yet, but I got lucky there, man.
You did get lucky, and which is good. I mean, you guys were sitting there battling, and I feel bad for Justin, and as well. But it was actually your teammate. A little wall tap got into you. It was, a little contact out of the corner, but I think it was more more racing there, but he was able to keep it clean. But yeah, Dakota got into the wall a little bit, and then just kind of turned down just to, to keep himself from sticking to the wall, and that's what took out that end. But hey, you know what? That's what it is. I mean, what is it like to race next to your teammate there?
Man, that was fun, dude. I needed that win very bad. I've had a awful first 3 races, and that's a huge win, buddy. Huge.
This was a good racetrack to watch because it's tough to pass, but we knew that that tires were going to be a factor, saving your stuff. One of the things that I did look at and that I did see out of this race was that the drivers they had a lot of patience later after the first couple of cautions.
Yeah, I felt like those first 2 short runs there, man. It got wild, and it led to those wrecks, like you said. But it calmed down for sure there.
You needed to. That's exactly what it is. Let's see. What did that do to you in points? It took you up 12 spots in points, man. That's pretty cool. You went from looks like 41st to 29th in points with that win. So congratulations. That's a good start to maybe getting yourself into a rhythm, get into a winning rhythm.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I will take that, and I'm pumped up for next week and then on, buddy. Bring it on.
I like it. Richmond's going to be up next for you, brother. That's a little bit tougher track, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see. Hopefully, we see that long green flag run that leads to a bump and run for a win.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hopefully.
I like it. All right, my man. Give your shout-outs. Congratulations on the victory. This was fun.
Thanks, man. Shout out to my dad watching the race live. I won one for you, man. Yeah, it's awesome.
Love it, Perrin. Much love to you, man. I'm gonna look forward to seeing what you do next week at Richmond. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's it. Perrin Huggins coming home victory lane in that number 1 truck. See, he wasn't a teammate. He was just there. How about this one? Chad Coleman coming home P2 in that number 38 truck, needing no help whatsoever, able to avoid the catastrophe at the end. Tell me about it, man.
It was a pretty good race for us. We figured out how to not suck in qualifying for once, and then I went into turn 1 and got loose and never led a lap. So didn't really matter either way. But right there at the end, yeah, we had a great race with EJ and Wesley over the last 10 laps of the run right there. I was making really good time on the leaders. I was only running probably about 80%. I wasn't really pushing hard. I was saving tires just in case, something, they got to racing and I started catching them a little quicker, but then had a lap car or two get around me right there, and it put some dirty air on the nose. And then, of course, when you get that, it stops turning where you need it to. And that was the end of that. So we kind of fell back to those guys that stopped 2 or 3 laps later. And right there at the end, we were talking, and I was like, man, with the 3 that's racing for the lead, I said, there's a really good chance of something happening. And I'd be damned if they didn't all about wreck. Got, 2 out of 3 wasn't too bad, but I mean, it took us from fifth to second. So we'll take them.
I was watching that little battle that you were talking about. That battle. We were watching you guys for a little bit there, where 3 wide was not impossible.
Oh, right there at the end, man, it was fun between us. Like we knew we wasn't going to get to anybody else, and there wasn't anybody really closing on us until the very last lap. And I think it was the 08 truck snuck up on us and about got them. But it was, man, it's fun. It's a lot of fun racing people that you can mostly trust. Like I halfway trust Wesley and I halfway trust EJ, so that half and half is a full. So we trust them. Kinda.
Sorry. I love it. I love it, Chad. And you know, this community has staple drivers that you guys are just you know used to driving around each other. Watching you guys pick it back up. But and, I mean, you're the leading Ford here, and you got to give Wesley some junk because not one Chevy finished inside the top 3 tonight.
That's right. EJ's in a Toyota, isn't he?
That's right. Oh man, I love the sense of humor around it all and around everything here. But a P2 finish. You had a top 5 truck all night. Watching you guys be able to work yourself back forward and get yourself in those positions and just have a fun race. Autoclub is a good racetrack once it starts to spread out, just to figure your stuff out. Because there are longer races than this on this platform that make this track seem like it's. That it's just a 1-lane track and watching everybody run their own line tonight was interesting. It was good to see.
Really is. This, in my opinion, this is by far the best, you know, whatever you want to call it, speedway, you know, whatever. Out of the 1.5 miles and the 2-mile tracks that, you know, are non-restrictor plate, this is by far the best track. You can go anywhere you want to here, and it's pretty much a shame that, I mean, it raced the same way in real life. So it's a shame at what, you know, the California government and NASCAR done to the place. So at least it lives on in iRacing, and we'll continue to race it because it is by far one of my favorite tracks in the game.
I agree. It's a great track. It's a great track to call too. I'm not looking forward to the the next version of what's happening with it. I think we have enough short tracks. I think we have some iconic short tracks. We don't need any more. NASCAR should invest money into putting the tracks. And I understand why these tracks do things. You know, they sell some land off, and they've got to make decisions. I get it, but it almost costs more money to do what they're doing to tear up a great surface like this to make it less than a mile in length. But it happens. It happens. Chad, much love, man. Always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you. You did not suck at qualifying, and you finished inside the top 5. Of course, finished second. Give me shout-outs, man.
Got to thank you for broadcasting. Thank all the admins at Sim 500 and WBD Diecast for the sponsorship on the league. And thank Trey Idson for painting this truck. It looks really good. That's why it looks really good. It was painted by Trey and not that other guy that paints my other stuff sometimes. You know, he's okay, but he's not Trey. But we won't mention any names. But he knows who he is. And thank Wesley and EJ for racing right there at the end. It was a lot of fun. And thanks to the guys that crashed going into 3 right there that allowed us to move from 5th to 2nd.
Oh, what an end to this race. This was good. Chad, much love, man. We'll see you next week at Richmond.
Yep, thanks, man.
It's Chad Coleman coming home in P2. Last but not least, EJ O'Rourke comes home 3rd. We were just talking to Chad about the battles at the end of this race and the battles that you guys had. We didn't get to catch a lot of the battles that you had. A lot of close racing early on. A lot of just trying to, when your spotter says you're clear, you have to put your truck where it needs to be. Tonight, no short of a spectacle when it comes to these trucks racing around each other. Walk me through the race, and congrats on a P3.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm pretty disappointed with a 3rd place, to be honest with you. This unit's Tundra was real fast, and I felt like I could have won the race, but I slid through my box there, and I was too nice to a couple guys and stepped on it and fell back there. But it is what it is. Happy to come back with 3rd.
Was watching the race onto pit road, and I knew that this track was going to, or this race was going to come down to when that green flag pit stop happened. The couple of cautions that happened early, they settled in. Everybody got running. Everybody got rolling. We knew that next pit stop when that came, it was going to be the timing. The timing was going to have to be huge. There's a lot of drivers that came in with you and slamming on their brakes ahead of you. And what's the key to getting on pit road? But other than, and you said you slid through your box, but getting down to pit road is probably one of the hardest parts about Autoclub.
Yeah, I feel like I got good on pit road better than anybody, and I didn't slide through my box on the green flag stop. It was on the yellow flag stop early, so I fell back. But Yeah, so the green flag stop was actually good. I don't know how I didn't speed. I made up a lot of time. I probably got on better than anybody, but I cost myself too much in the beginning. Somehow I didn't speed, but we came back to finish third. I don't know what those dinglings are doing up front, but just a couple of those guys out there have a lot of speed, but not much racecraft. So hopefully they can figure that out going forward, and keep the head on their shoulders.
It was a wiggle from the wall that caused it. That was it. It was literally just a close racing deal, more so than anything else. When you guys go back and look at it, you'll see that it was in Dakota. Close racing. Dakota was up into the wall, just kind of wiggled. He kind of tapped the wall and had to wiggle himself away from it. And when he did, there was Perrin, and Perrin got into Justin, and it was a domino effect. So, but hey, you know what? Some other drivers' misfortune become other drivers' fortune. You can't be in position to finish on a podium if you're not in position to be there.
That is correct.
This was good, EJ. You're probably the gutsiest driver out there that I see, that I watch, which is one of the gutsiest drivers. I'd probably say you're probably top 3 of the gutsy drivers. So I like I like watching how you adapt to your truck. And over the last 4 weeks, being able to watch what you guys have been doing, watching you adapt to your truck and adapt to the race it's been good. I'm taking notes. I've got drivers I'm taking notes on to be able to do it. To be able to just kind of put spotlights on it. Just watch and see how things progress and see who's good at what track and who's not good at what track, and just do my due diligence to make you guys look good. But you made yourself look good tonight. Able to skirt on by and finish third, man. Give you shout outs, congrats.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Daytona, we got crashed leading the race off of turn 4, and was leading the race side by side with I think it was Dakota on at Kansas, and crashed. So on the white flag leading side by side, and last week was a mess, but still got a top 10. But hey, it is what it is, and we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of good people in this league, and everyone does a good job putting this deal together. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of frustration, and there's a lot of individuals that put a lot of time. And Joey Katina, Wesley, Tyler Dalton. There's a lot of guys that Fuller. There's a lot of guys that do a lot for here, and you guys at the broadcast. And there's just a lot of work that goes behind this deal, and try to keep 50, 60, 70 people happy is difficult. So I think we're really doing a good job here, and just need to keep doing it.
It is going to be better next week. Going to Richmond. I say better. It's going to be short track racing next week. So we go from the big stuff to the little stuff.
Yep.
Are you gonna call your shot? Are you gonna call it? No, we won't let you do that, because that would be the commentator's curse, and I don't want to do it.
Well, I did win the Richmond truck race there last season, and I did. So it's a track I think I can win at. So hopefully get this unit's Thunder in victory lane.
Like it. All right, brother. Congratulations once again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's EJ and the old 4-1 coming home in P3. Perrin, of course, gets that victory. We appreciate the drivers. We appreciate everybody being out there. We get to see a lot happen out here, and we get to see a lot of racing. We get to see a lot of drivers do what they can do to make more happen. And we absolutely appreciate it. We appreciate everybody kind of knocking on the door of what sim racing is supposed to be. And esports altogether. That's what we want to see. We love gaming, everything gaming. This platform has been what we've been good at, but I would love to be able to do more esports events and things of that sort. So I am all ears and all eyes and all voice. I mean, well, pretty much all voice. That's it's pretty much what I got going on, other than being able to throw some overlays together and do what we got to do when it comes to live streaming. So this was good. This was a good race. It was a ton of fun. We'll be back for an Xfinity Series Championship tomorrow. Gives me a little heartburn. Oh, that hurt. We'll have a little bit of fun with Phoenix tomorrow night. It's going to be the signature eSports Xfinity Series. It's going to be done for the foreseeable future on Thursdays until December, which will be fine. I need some time off. Want to be able to take care of the daughter, be able to take care of the missus, and spend time as a family, and maybe maybe do some gaming on Thursdays. We'll see. But, it's some good stuff. So we got some charity races coming up. We have some special events coming up as well. We also have some more racing coming up on Sunday. The AMP Racing League should be getting back started on Sunday. I do believe they have their clash coming up, and we're just kind of waiting to see if that's going to be there. So we're having it. But Sim 500 will be back on next Wednesday, because they're off this Friday. We have a big holiday this weekend, folks. So it's a race tomorrow night. Tune in for that. We'll do some day streaming tomorrow if everything works out. Cody, my daughter got sick, folks. She got strep throat. She's been to school for 6 days. She got strep throat from school yesterday, and now she's going to be home until the 3rd. So if everything can work out, we'll do some day streaming. I do need to work on some iRating myself. I need to get back inside the vehicle. I doubt that I stream iRacing because I like to be able to leave iRacing for the leagues, give them all the content. So we may do some other gaming, some other stuff. I don't know. We'll do what we can. I've got a lot of games that we have to make videos on as well, because we've been given some keys that I'm kind of slacking on. So I want to make sure I take care of that. But outside of that, folks, this has been a ton of fun. Sorry I'm not live on Twitch. We'll make sure we upload the VOD to Twitch and show our support. Thank you to Sim 500. Thank you to WBD Diecast. Check out the links in the description if you'll be a part of it. Make sure you check out the sim500series.com. Or sim500.com, and check out the series on Wednesday. You can check out all the points and the schedule and where they're going to be at next. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe for more content out there. Consider being a supporter or a member, or using your Jeff Bezos money out there on Twitch and subscribing to our Twitch channel. Whichever, use your Prime sub, what I'm saying. Outside of that, thank you to everybody for being out there. You are wonderful. Make sure that you, of course, be good, be safe, be kind to one another. That's the most important factor of life. Mental health is the strong suit of you and me. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Peace.